Hey guys, Coach Andrew here with another question from the World Wide Web. We have a friend today who's asking us, what are the most important things I need to know about becoming successful, right? He told me that he's tired of hearing about sleep this many hours, eat good food, exercise, have a strong morning routine, be positive, meditate. He's tired of hearing like all the basic bullshit that people are always pushing on you. Being successful is as simple as just checking off boxes on a list every day. Because it's not, right? Doing any of those things, that's not going to guarantee success for anyone. And sure, those things are great in and of themselves, but they're not like the keys to success, because clearly you need to have a way to make money, you need to have a way to find the love of your life and have a family, get your dream career, whatever your personal definition of success is, you need to have that mapped out, right? So obviously that's part of my answer. You need to have a vision of what it is you want, define success in your own terms because it's different for everybody. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, right? Not everybody wants to have a family. Those were two things I really wanted. And so that's part of my definition of success. And it's why I feel successful, because I was working towards those things, right? So the first thing I want to tell you is have clarity, right? You need to have clarity. What is success to you? What does that look like? Be crystal clear on that. And now secondly, obviously good habits are very, very helpful, right? So you should exercise, you should eat healthy, you should meditate and take time to breathe and think deeply about yourself and go inward. And you should also be ready to go outward and serve people and be willing to take opportunities and, do those things that you hear so often. You hear them so often because it's true. And I know that this might upset some of you, but things that you hear repeated all the time, like little truisms and phrases, things like that tend to be repeated so much because they tend to just be true. It makes sense, right? But you want something more, my friend. Am I mistaken that you want something a little deeper than that? Maybe you want some direction, right? Like some larger scale goals, because just waking up early, meditating, going for a run, eating healthy is not really going to change your life, right? The change has to come from within. And there's all kinds of external influences and factors like those things, like your health and your fitness and your relationships. Those things affect you greatly. But what are the guiding principles of success? I want to share with you three research proven, three heavily researched things that are going to, I think, do the most to ensure that you end up being successful. These are three things that I have read over and over and over again from the hundreds of books that I've read. You can see my bookshelf right back there in my office. That's one of my 4 bookshelves. And I have a whole library of audiobooks on my phone. I've read a lot of self-help books. I do this, 1, because I'm obsessed with self-development, and 2, I'm obsessed with helping my clients. So I read all those books and absorb all the information and test everything so that my clients don't have to. But there are 3 things that I see again and again and again and again and again and again in all of these books, all of these lectures, all of these courses, these lessons. My coaches have all taught me the same thing. So I'm going to share 3 of the most popular ones with you right now. Number 1 is something called a growth mindset. If you want to read more about this, read the book Mindset by Carol Dweck. It's a very, very powerful book. And a growth mindset essentially means that you believe you can get better at things. That's really all it is. So there's a growth mindset and there's a static mindset, right? So someone with a static mindset believes that the way that they are, right, the way they behave, the way they think, the way they act, their habits, they believe that those things are fixed personality traits. It's also called a fixed mindset. But someone with a fixed mindset believes that the things about them are pretty much just are what they are, right? My IQ is this, it's never really going to go up. My athletic ability is this, it's never really going to go up. My ability to be social and not have social anxiety is right here, that's never going to change. That's a fixed mindset, and you'd be amazed how many people think like that. Maybe you think like that. I thought like that forever, right? When I was diagnosed with scoliosis, I thought I'd never be good at deadlifting. I thought I'd never be good at squatting. And what I did to break that belief and turn that fixed mindset into a growth mindset was, I'll just get into the 1,000 pound club. A year later, I had a 300 pound squat and a 425 pound deadlift. All you have to do is believe that you can actually change things about yourself and they start to get better, right? Another personal example, when I was diagnosed with ADHD, I thought that like I'd never be able to focus. I'd never be a good entrepreneur. I thought I'd have to find some type of prescription medication to fix my broken brain, right? Because my brain is broken. I have ADHD. I'm stuck this way. It's just how I am. But the truth is, that couldn't be further from the reality. I tried 3 different medications. I tried everything in the book except the obvious solutions. And it wasn't until the 3rd medication started giving me like severe anxiety attacks that I said, okay, enough of these pills. I'm going to try something a little extreme. And I did a 10-day detox. I stopped taking caffeine. I stopped eating sugar. I stopped eating processed food. I replaced 80% of what I ate with vegetables. And what do you know? I feel amazing and I focus better. It's crazy, right? You just have to believe that the possibility is there, that you can actually improve. Right now, I run like a 13-minute mile. I'm slow as hell. I weigh 210 pounds. I decided last week to start training for an Ironman. And in the last 7 days, I've trained 39 miles so far on bike and running. So, like, I have a growth mindset now. And if you don't have a growth mindset, you need to adopt one. Because if you actually believe that you can get better at things that you currently suck at, that's huge. Because most people just think they're stuck. Most people play the victim in life, and they think that they're never going to be able to get better at things. And if you just believe that you can get better at things, industry secret, you can, then you've got it figured out. I mean, that's like literally step 1. So have a growth mindset. Number 2 is the ability to delay gratification. You need to have the ability to put off things that feel good and instead do things that you need to do that might not feel as good. So on days when you don't feel like working out, you'd rather sit on the couch and eat potato chips, don't do that. Go work out instead, and then you can sit on the couch and eat potato chips. There was a study that was cited in like 5 of the books I've read, and it's commonly referred to as the marshmallow study. And basically they took a bunch of children into a room, they gave them all a marshmallow, and they said, you can eat this marshmallow right now, but if you wait 10 minutes and don't eat the marshmallow, we'll give you a second marshmallow, and then you can eat both. And they studied these kids, and some of them immediately ate the marshmallow. Some of them like made it like 5 or 6 minutes, and they just couldn't wait any longer. They ate the marshmallow. And some of them waited the whole 10 minutes, were given a second marshmallow, and then they enjoyed both. They ended up following these kids for like several decades, and sending them questionnaires and tracking them throughout life. And you'll never believe this, the kids who were able to wait and get the second marshmallow ended up having more education, higher salaries, more successful marriages, like literally almost every metric in their life that most people associate with success. The children who delayed their gratification went way further in life than the kids who didn't. Because the people who are impulsive and can't help themselves, but they have to eat the cake right now, they have to skip their workout right now, those are the people who fail. Because they can't actualize long-term goals because they just want immediate pleasure, right? They're controlled by their dopamine-seeking behavior, and they have no discipline, right? So if you have a growth mindset, you actually believe that you can get better, and you're able to delay gratification in pursuit of getting better, you're like practically there. Like you've got 10 yards left until you're at the finish line. Those 2 things are huge for being successful. And these behaviors are going to help you do all the other things that you're constantly bombarded with, like waking up early, working out, eating healthy, meditating. All of those things, like these are the behaviors, the keys that are going to unlock those habits that will get you closer to your goals. Now, what's number 3? Number 3 is you have to have healthy, growth-oriented, supportive relationships, a healthy social life. So there's another study that I don't remember the name of. I think it was done at Harvard. But they were tracking a large group of people throughout their entire lives and just basically studying. They would send out questionnaires, I think, every 2 years, and these people would answer a bunch of questions about their career, their income, their family life, their social life, their marriage, their happiness, medical conditions, health. And they followed these people for I think it was over 70 years. And I watched a TED Talk on this, and I also read about the same study in a couple of my books. And they found that what was actually the best indicator of living a very long life and being healthy and having healthy marriages was actually the quality of your relationships. So these people were asked to rate their relationships. Like, how healthy are they? How much do they argue? How happy are they? How close are they to their friends? How close are they to their parents, their children, their brothers and sisters? How close are they to their spouse? And the people who like rated their relationships as being like the least, conflicting, the least dramatic, and like the most satisfying and fulfilling, those people lived way longer. They had more success. They had better careers. They had more money. They were able to retire sooner. And I mean, that's like not surprising at all. It's not rocket science at all. Because if you have people in your life who are toxic, people who don't support you, who are always complaining, always being negative, who don't have growth mindsets and try to keep you from having a growth mindset, those are the people who are going to constantly sabotage you. Like, constantly sabotage you. And life, believe it or not, is a lot harder when you have people who every day are trying to ruin your dreams. And most of the time, they're not even doing it because they hate you or they don't like you. Most of them, like, they care about you. They're your parents. They're your siblings. They're not trying to sabotage you. What they're trying to do is validate themselves. Like, people have crazy amounts of insecurity. Like, I've got plenty of insecurity. But people who have a lot of insecurity, they project that on other people. And if you have people in your life who are projecting their own insecurities on you, they're going to constantly ruin your plans. I still think that like the most important thing in life is having a life partner, a lover, a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, whatever that is for you. You need to have someone who like complements you, right? So someone who is strong in areas where you're weak, and they also need to be incredibly supportive of you. And they're like willing to compromise, they're willing to help you and push you, and they don't let you slack off, right? Like, some of the worst relationships out there are the ones where the two people just enable each other. So like if one person's trying to lose weight, like say a girl's trying to lose weight and her boyfriend like buys her cookies and buys pizza and, is not willing to cook or eat healthy food, she's never going to get anywhere because he is in her life. Like, he is literally a roadblock to her goals. They love each other, they support each other, right? But like, he makes her life worse. Think about that. That's not what a relationship is supposed to be at all. A good, healthy relationship consists of two people who share a vision for their future and are willing to use their strengths to support each other and rely on the other person in areas where they're weak. That's literally all it is. You're a team. Too many people make their relationships about me. Like, my marriage is not about me. When I'm thinking about it from my perspective, it might feel that way. But I have to realize that my wife is another person. She has her own goals, her own feelings, her own ambitions, her own personal language that she speaks in. And I have to acknowledge that and be a part of that. And as soon as I'm willing to accept that reality, the marriage is no longer about me, it's about us. And if you can both make the marriage about us, everything's going to get better. Everything's going to improve. And your odds of success are going to dramatically increase. So I hope I answered your question to your satisfaction. People are always trying to frame these questions in a different way because everyone's always searching for that magic pill, that unicorn, that one thing that someone needs to tell them, and it'll just click and they'll know what they need to do to be successful. And the truth is, it's a giant jigsaw puzzle, and you've got to find all these pieces on your own because everyone has a different puzzle that they're trying to put together. But a lot of the pieces, for all of us, are kind of cut the same way, right? So these are long-term strategies, and if you frame the entire timeline of your life with the perspective that you need a growth mindset, you need to have healthy social relationships, and you need to be able to delay gratification and build discipline. If you can frame whatever it is you're trying to do with your life through those filters, everything will get easier, right? It'll get a lot easier to accomplish your goals and actually start realizing the person that you were meant to be. I hope that helps. I did my best. And the reason I'm filming these videos right now is because I'm trying to learn a new video editor, and it's really confusing, and I'm just putting it off. I'm not willing to delay my gratification, but honestly, I have so many videos that need editing, and I don't feel like filming any more videos, so it's time to delay my gratification and go learn how to use this new software. Anyways, I'm going to go practice what I preach. If you have more questions for me, you can leave them in the comments or you can send them to the email down in the description. You can also check out my website, andrewwuellner.com, to learn more about me, what I do, what services and products I offer. And as always, I really, really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found this helpful. I'm always posting videos about self-development, business, fitness, health, relationships, and everything related to mindset because I'm obsessed. But we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.